Welcome back, everyone, to part 6 of this video tutorial series about creating the Apple Fitness Plus user interface using React and Advanced CSS. I am still Greg Sullivan. In this part, we are going to start bringing things to life by revisiting our video player component. We're going to make it the single source of truth for time throughout our project. And by the end of this video, we'll be using a little bit of React state to let the video player control an element on the screen that shows where we are in time. It's a relatively short one, but it's an important step toward bringing everything together. So let's get after it. And to do that, we are going to upgrade the video player.tsx. I want this to accept a function that will allow the parent to know when time has changed. So we're going to go on time update, and this is going to accept time, which is a number, and then we also want to get the total time. Again, time number. For now, I'm going to make these optional so that I don't deal with a bunch of errors as I develop this. So remember to plug these in down here. Okay, great. So now we're going to need let's get this CSS a little out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Let's create a reference to our video so we can directly access the DOM and all that good stuff. An HTML video element. Going to be null to start. And let's put the ref on here. And update the import, of course. And now let's create a use effect. Use effect is a great way to control things that are outside the flow, the traditional render flow, and react to things. All right, and of course we need to import that. Let's create a video constant here. And from here on down, we're going to only do things if video exists. And what we're doing is preventing shenanigans while the video is still loading or before it's connected. All right. So we want to create a function that will run whenever time is updated in the video. And then we want to run the on-time update function that was passed in to this component. That way the parent component, the app.tsx, will be able to know what time we're at in the video and pass that data around and use it to its purposes. So let's create, first let's create the one that gets the total time. So on handle loaded metadata. So we'll call this and it will run on total time, which is that past function. And it will return, it'll give on total time the video dot duration. So I forgot to make this a constant. Okay, let's make these not optional. Fine. TypeScript keeping me honest. Okay. Now we want to add a listener to the video, and we're going to do loaded metadata, and we're going to run handle loaded metadata. So when the video loads its metadata, we will run this function. We will pass the duration up to the on total time. So now the app that called this video player knows how long the video is. Now we're going to do the same thing every time the time updates in the video. So we'll call this constant handle time update. Create the quick arrow function. And this will be on time update. Interval video dot current time. And then again, we'll add that listener. And we're listening this time for time update. And we will do handle time update. Now we have to clean up our mess. So when we unmount this component, we don't leave anything behind. It's just good practice. So we'll remove those event listeners, which I always do lazily by cutting them. And just changing this. And now we need to update the dependencies. Otherwise, this will either run constantly in its current configuration because there's no dependency array, but we want to run on time update and on total time. All right, now app.tsx is complaining because the video player does not have its appropriate functions being passed in. So the first thing we need to do is create the functions to pass in. We are just going to take advantage of some use state here. Remember that import we left in 100 years ago? Constant. We're going to say current time, comma, set current time equals use state. These are we're going to have to type these, so we're going to type them as numbers, and we're going to initialize them as 0. And we're going to do another one of those, constant total time set total time equals use state. Again, it's a number, and we'll initialize it to 0. Then what we want to do is update our video player with on time update, which will get set current time, and on total time, which will get set total time. Now everyone's happy, but we're not using these right here, which is what it's complaining about. Current time is declared, but its value is never read. Well, let's just plug it in real quick for fun. Current time goes here. That's the main timer. So we'll just open these brackets and we'll type current time and save it. And we'll play the video. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this simulated 90-second push-up and burpee workout. It's alive! It's alive! It's so stupid. Sorry, but it is alive. We have components on the screen that are now reacting to things that are happening in the video. It's just the time, but it's an important step. So that's great. In the next part, which is going to be pretty short, we're going to create a little utility for converting that time into something more readable by humans. A little bit of work, but it's important to really achieve that fit and finish we want and that control we want moving forward. So I'll see you there. As usual, leave your questions in the comments. And if you have a better way of doing any of this, I'd love to hear about it. So I'll see you next time.